Thank you very much. It's a great honor to have President Moon of South Korea with us. We've become great friends over the years, and it's now we've now known each other for quite some time. We're working on many things. Obviously, North Korea is the big one. No matter how big trade is, North Korea, in this case, is the big one. And we'll be discussing that. We'll also be discussing trade. We have a very big trade arrangement that we're renegotiating right now with South Korea. They've been excellent people to work with for the Trump administration. And we will have some pretty good news, I think, on trade. And we'll be discussing other things. But the big topic will be Singapore and the meeting, see what happens, whether or not it happens. If it does, that'll be great. It'll be a great thing for North Korea. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. Whatever it is, it is. But I look forward to spending quite a bit of time with the president, and I think a lot of good things will happen. I want to thank everybody for being here. Mr. President, great honor. Thank you. Thank you.
대단히 감사합니다. 오늘 문 대통령님을 백악관에 환영하게 되어서 매우 기쁘게 생각합니다. 문 대통령과 나는 지금 오래 또 알아왔고 아주 좋은 친구가 되었습니다. 우리는 여러 가지 문제에 있어서 협력을 하고 있습니다. 물론 북한 문제가 가장 큰 협력 의제입니다. 그 외에도 한국과의 무역도 논의할 것입니다. 한국과의 무역은 지금 재협상 중에 있고 지금 아주 훌륭한 협상 상대국으로서 협상이 잘 진행되고 있는 중이며 곧 좋은 소식이 있을 것 같습니다. 물론 아주 중요한 싱가포르 회담에 대해서도 논의를 할 것입니다. 싱가포르 회담이 열릴지 안 열릴지는 두고 봐야 될 것입니다. 만일 그것이 열린다면 아주 좋은 일이 될 것이고 또 북한에도 아주 좋은 일이 될 것입니다. 만일 열리지 않는다면 그것도 괜찮다고 봅니다. 문 대통령께 여러 가지 협력에 대해서 감사드리고 또 오늘 좋은 회담이 되길 바랍니다.
예, 감사합니다. 국내 일정이 매우 바쁘고 또 북미 정상회담을 앞둔 중요한 시기에 이렇게 많은 시간 내주시고 또 따뜻하게 환대해 주셔서 감사드립니다. 먼저 며칠 전 텍사스 고등학교에서 벌어진 총격 사건으로 무고한 희생자들이 발생한 것에 대해서 우리 트럼프 대통령님과 또 미국 국민들께 위로의 말씀을 드립니다. 또한 미국민 억류자들이 북한으로부터 무사하게 귀환한 것에 대해서 다시 한번 축하합니다. 힘을 통한 평화라는 트럼프 대통령님의 강력한 비전과 리더십 덕분에 사상 최초의 북미 정상회담이 열리게 되었고 한반도의 완전한 비핵화와 세계 평화라는 꿈에 성큼 다가설 수 있게 되었습니다. 바로 트럼프 대통령이시기 때문에 지난 수십 년간 아무도 해내지 못했던 일을 바로 트럼프 대통령께서 해내시리라고 저는 확신합니다. 우리 한국과 한반도의 운명과 미래에도 대단히 중요한 일이기 때문에 저도 최선을 다해서 북미 정상회담의 성공을 돕고 또 트럼프 대통령과 언제까지나 함께 할 것이라는 것을 약속드립니다. 감사합니다.
Well, I would like to thank you, Mr. President, for your warm hospitality and for sharing much of your time with me. I know you have a very busy domestic calendar, as well as the all-important US-North Korea summit approaching. I heard the tragic news that many innocent lives were lost due to the shootings in a Texas high school a few days ago. So I would like to convey my condolences to you and the American people. On a brighter note, I would like to congratulate you for the safe return of the American citizens who had been detained in North Korea. Thanks to your vision of achieving peace through strength, as well as your strong leadership, we are looking forward to the first ever US-North Korea summit, and we find ourselves standing one step closer to the dream of achieving complete denuclearization on the Korean Peninsula and world peace. All this was possible because of you, Mr. President, and I have no doubt that you will be able to accomplish a historic feat that no one had been able to achieve in the decades past. I have to say that the fate and the future of the Korean Peninsula hinge on this, and as such, I'll spare no effort to the end to support the success of the upcoming US-North Korea summit and stand with you all along the way, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, Mr. President.
Serious about denuclearization?
I do think he's serious. I think he would like to see that happen. At the same time, he's going into a future that's different from what they've had. But I think he's absolutely very serious, yes.
Mr. President, can you...
Go, 1 second, Jen. Go ahead. Go ahead. John?
Can you give us an update, sir, just on where things stand with the summit? President Moon's National Security Advisor on the way here seemed to think that things are on track and that this will indeed happen.
Well, we're moving along, and we'll see what happens. There are certain conditions that we want, and I think we'll get those conditions. And if we don't have the meeting. And frankly, it has a chance to be a great, great meeting for North Korea and a great meeting for the world. If it doesn't happen, maybe it'll happen later. Maybe it'll happen at a different time. But we will see. But we are talking. The meeting is scheduled, as you know, on June 12th in Singapore. And whether or not it happens, you'll be knowing pretty soon. But we're talking right now.
Do you have an idea of how denuclearization would take place? Would it be
I do. I have a very
all
strong idea how it takes place. And it must take place. That's what we're talking about. It must take place. But I have a very strong idea, and I have very strong opinions on the subject. I also have very strong opinions that North Korea has a chance to be a great country. And it can't be a great country under the circumstances that they're living right now. But North Korea has a chance, really, to be a great country, and I think they should seize the opportunity, and we'll soon find out whether or not they want to do that. Yes?
President, have you spoken to Kim Jong-un?
I don't want to say that.
Do you trust Kim Jong-un going into these negotiations?
There's no reason to discuss that. I can say this, that for a short period of time, we've been dealing with North Korea, and it's been a good experience. We have 3 hostages back. They're home. They're living with their families. They're very, very happy. And so I can only speak for a very short period of time, but it's been a relationship that seems to be working, and we'll see how long it continues to work. Hopefully it's going to work for a long time, John.
Unrelated, Mr. President, can you tell us more about your meeting with Rosenstein and Director Wray yesterday?
No, it's just a very routine meeting. As you know, the Congress would like to see documents opened up. A lot of people are saying they had spies in my campaign. If they had spies in my campaign, that would be a disgrace to this country. That would be one of the biggest insults that anyone's ever seen, and it would be very illegal, aside from everything else. It would make probably every political event ever look like small potatoes. So we want to make sure that there weren't. I hope there weren't, frankly. But some man got paid based on what I read in the newspapers and on what you reported. Some person got paid a lot of money. That's not a normal situation, the kind of money you're talking about. So hopefully that would be, and I think the Department of Justice wants to get down to it, and I can tell you Congress does. So hopefully they'll all be able to get together. General Kelly's going to be setting up a meeting between Congress and the various representatives, and they'll be able to open up documents, take a look, and find out what happened. But if they had spies in my campaign, during my campaign for political purposes, that would be unprecedented in the history of our country.